Final warning. God says, someone is watching your house. This is not a drill. Something shocking will happen tonight, and if you ignore this, it will be too late. Listen carefully, because these words are reaching you at a moment that carries deep spiritual urgency. And if you remain attentive, you will understand a truth that could protect what is precious in your life and release a powerful covering over your home tonight. I speak to you now because there is movement around your life that you have not fully seen with your natural eyes. And this is why I am drawing your attention with urgency, so you do not overlook what must be recognized and guarded. Write 1111 in the comments to affirm that you receive this covering and stand in faith before anything unexpected attempts to rise around your home tonight. This warning does not come to fill your heart with fear, but to awaken your awareness and strengthen your trust in my presence. Because when danger approaches those who belong to me, I never leave them without guidance or protection. The words you are hearing are not random or accidental, and the stirring you feel inside your spirit right now is part of the way I reach those who are chosen to receive my protection before the night unfolds. Someone has been observing the place where you rest and live, and although you may not have noticed anything unusual with your natural senses, the atmosphere around your home has been quietly shifting in ways that require attention and prayerful awareness. Before you continue listening, take a moment and gently press the like button so more people who are struggling or unaware can also receive this same protective covering tonight. Because when this reaches the right person at the right time, it can shift the entire direction of a night that might otherwise unfold in darkness. Understand clearly what I am revealing, so your heart remains steady and your mind remains calm, while my protection surrounds you completely. There are moments when unseen intentions move quietly in the shadows of the world, and sometimes people with troubled motives allow darkness to guide their thoughts toward actions that bring harm or disruption. I see everything that approaches the lives of my children, and when something draws near that could disturb their peace, I send warnings so they remain spiritually alert and covered by my presence. Tonight carries such a moment, which is why the words you hear are direct and urgent, not to frighten you but to position you in a place of awareness where my protection can stand firmly around your home. When I say someone is watching your house, it means there has been attention placed on your life by someone whose heart is not aligned with peace or kindness, and that attention has quietly grown in ways that could lead toward an unexpected action if nothing interrupts the path forming in the darkness. You are not alone in this moment, and you are not vulnerable the way your mind might briefly imagine, because my presence already stands closer to you than any person walking outside in the night. I am the one who sees every step taken near your door, every movement across the quiet streets around your home, and every intention forming inside the minds of those who walk in confusion or darkness. When I reveal something like this to you, it is because my protection is already active, guiding you to remain watchful and spiritually steady instead of unaware. Write 777 inches the comments to declare that your home stands under divine protection tonight. The reason I say this is not a drill is because your awareness tonight matters more than you realize. And awareness creates a powerful spiritual boundary that darkness cannot easily cross when your faith stands firm and your attention is awakened. Many people move through their nights distracted and unaware of the spiritual atmosphere around them, yet those who listen when I speak remain shielded by wisdom that prevents harm from reaching their door. Something shocking may attempt to unfold tonight, yet the shock will not break you or destroy your peace because you have been warned and covered before the moment arrives. My voice is guiding you so that nothing catches you unprepared and nothing moves inside the shadows without my authority standing above it. Even when darkness tries to creep close to the lives of those who belong to me, it always finds that my presence surrounds them like a wall that cannot easily be crossed. You may have sensed unusual tension around you recently, perhaps moments when the atmosphere felt slightly different, or when your spirit felt unsettled without any clear reason that your mind could explain. Those quiet feelings were not meaningless, because they were part of the early signals that something was shifting around your environment. I allowed those subtle impressions to rise within you, so your heart would already begin leaning toward awareness even before this warning reached your ears. Now the purpose becomes clear, because tonight carries a moment when your attention, your calm faith, and your trust in my protection will create a barrier stronger than any human intention that attempts to approach your home. I am not only watching over you, but also positioning circumstances in ways you cannot see yet, quietly turning events so that harm loses its path and confusion overtakes anyone who attempts to move with destructive motives. Remain peaceful while remaining aware, because peace rooted in faith becomes a powerful shield that pushes darkness away from the lives of those who trust me. Your house is not just walls and doors resting on the ground of this world. Your house becomes a place of covering when you invite my presence to fill every room, every doorway, every window, and every quiet corner where your family rests during the night. The night continues to move forward quietly, yet the spiritual atmosphere around your home is not silent the way it might appear to your eyes. I am speaking to you because awareness is a form of protection that strengthens the walls around your life. And when your spirit is alert, the plans of darkness lose their direction and begin to collapse before they ever reach your door. You may hear the quiet sounds of evening around you and everything may seem ordinary, yet there are movements in the unseen places of this world that I watch carefully, and I never allow them to approach my children without my presence standing between them and harm. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest path to luxury? Leaked research reveals a simple ritual helping people attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, debt is dissolving and abundance is showing up fast. If you're seeing this now, you are God's chosen one. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. This is why I want your heart to remain calm while your awareness remains strong, because fear weakens your focus, but faith sharpens it in ways that bring clarity and protection. I am not asking you to panic or to imagine danger in every shadow, because the protection surrounding you right now is stronger than anything attempting to move near your home. I am guiding you to remain spiritually awake so that your peace becomes a barrier that darkness cannot pass. Write 555 inches, the comments to declare that peace and protection surround your home tonight. Someone who has allowed confusion and darkness to influence their mind has been observing the place where you live, and their thoughts have been turning in directions that do not carry peace or kindness. They may believe they are unnoticed while they watch from a distance, yet nothing that moves around the lives of my children escapes my sight or my authority. I see every moment that unfolds around your home, even when it seems quiet and still to you, and I already know the thoughts and intentions that exist in the hearts of those who move through the night. This is why you are hearing these words now instead of after something troubling has already happened, because my protection always moves before danger rather than after it. I guide those who belong to me with warnings and gentle direction so that their homes remain safe places of rest instead of becoming scenes of fear or confusion. Your life is precious in my eyes, and the peace inside your home matters deeply to me, which is why my voice reaches you tonight with urgency and care. You are not powerless in this moment, and you are not surrounded by uncertainty the way darkness wants you to believe. Your faith, your awareness, and your trust in my presence form a shield stronger than anything that could attempt to rise against you. Even now, my presence is moving around your home like a quiet guard standing watch through the night, turning away intentions that do not belong near the life I have placed in your care. There are times when those who walk in darkness become restless, and their thoughts begin searching for ways to disturb the peace of others. Sometimes they watch, sometimes they wait, and sometimes they imagine that the quiet night gives them the opportunity to act without being seen. Yet they never understand that I am the one who sees every movement long before they take the first step. When someone watches your home with troubled motives, they believe they are hidden by distance or darkness, yet they are not hidden from me. Every thought forming inside their mind is visible before it ever becomes an action. Every step they consider taking is already known to me, and I have the power to interrupt that path before it reaches the place where you live. This is why you must not allow fear to grow inside your heart tonight. Fear clouds your mind and steals the peace that I want you to hold firmly during this moment of awareness. Instead, I want you to breathe slowly and remember that my presence surrounds you completely, standing like a wall around your home that nothing can easily cross. Write 1212 in the comments to declare your faith and trust in divine protection tonight. As the night deepens, there may be moments when you feel a quiet stirring in your spirit, a gentle reminder that you are not alone and that something greater is watching over your life. That stirring is not anxiety or worry, but the quiet reassurance of my presence resting near you. I often speak through those subtle feelings because the heart of a believer recognizes my voice even when the world around them remains silent. You may not fully understand what would have unfolded tonight if you had remained unaware, yet awareness has already begun changing the direction of events around you. When my children become spiritually alert, darkness loses its advantage, and confusion begins to replace the intentions that once seemed certain in the minds of those who walk without light. Even now, there are circumstances shifting around your home in ways that you cannot see. Thoughts that once seemed determined inside another mind are beginning to weaken and scatter. Doubt and hesitation are replacing confidence inside anyone who was considering an action that could disturb your peace. This is how my protection often works, in quiet ways that people rarely notice. I do not always stop danger with loud signs or dramatic moments. Many times I simply change the thoughts of those who intended harm, filling them with confusion until they walk away from the path they once considered. The night that once held the potential for something shocking is already being redirected because you are aware and because your faith stands firm in my presence. Darkness loses strength when it is exposed to awareness and prayerful trust. The quiet confidence rising in your heart right now is stronger than any shadow that could attempt to reach your home. Your house stands under my watch tonight. Every door, every window, every corner of the place where you live rests inside the protection that surrounds those who belong to me. Even if someone continues to move through the night nearby, they will never move beyond the boundary that my presence has placed around you. I want you to rest with confidence, knowing that this warning came not as a sign of danger overcoming you, but as proof that my care reaches you before harm ever has the chance to unfold. You are not forgotten, and you are not left alone to face the uncertainties of this world. My watchful presence stands with you through every quiet hour of the night. As time continues to move forward, the tension that once existed around your home will begin fading like mist disappearing in the morning light. What once seemed possible will slowly dissolve because the moment of awareness has already broken the path that darkness hoped to follow. What's really behind the 7-second brain trick exploding online? A leaked CIA ritual is turning heads and bank balances. Backed by neuroscience labs, this at-home method removes money blocks and unlocks unstoppable wealth flow. But the page could vanish any time. Click the link in the first comment before it's permanently deleted. The quiet hours of this night continue to move forward, and while the world around you may appear calm and ordinary, The spiritual atmosphere surrounding your home is still being watched carefully by my presence. I am speaking to you again so that your heart stays steady and your awareness remains alive, because the moment you are living through is part of a larger protection unfolding around your life. You are not simply hearing words that pass through the air and disappear. You are receiving guidance meant to guard what belongs to you and to strengthen the peace that lives inside your home. Earlier, I warned you that someone has been watching your house, and that truth has not changed, yet something else is also happening that you cannot see with your natural eyes. The very awareness that has been awakened inside you is already reshaping the direction of events around your home. When my children become aware and spiritually alert, the confidence of those who walk in darkness begins to crumble quietly inside their thoughts. Write 999 inches the comments to declare that the protection of heaven surrounds your home tonight. The one who allowed their attention to rest on your house believed the night would hide their intentions and keep them unseen, yet no darkness on earth can hide anything from my sight. I see the roads they travel, the places they pause, and the thoughts forming quietly inside their mind as they consider their next move. Every moment that passes brings them closer to realizing that something has shifted around your home, something they cannot explain but cannot ignore. You may not hear footsteps or see movement near your windows, yet the spiritual boundary around your home is becoming stronger with every moment that your faith remains steady. The presence that surrounds you is not fragile or temporary. It stands firm like a wall that cannot easily be crossed by anyone whose intentions carry darkness instead of peace. I want you to understand something deeply important tonight. The warning you received was not given because you were in danger of being abandoned or left alone. The warning came because you are being protected and because I care about your safety more than you can fully measure with human understanding. There are countless moments when my protection works quietly in the background of your life, redirecting events and blocking paths that could have led toward harm. Many of those moments pass without you ever knowing what might have happened if I had not intervened. Tonight, you are being allowed to see a glimpse of how that protection unfolds. Someone who once believed they could approach your home unnoticed is now experiencing a growing sense of hesitation that they cannot easily explain. Thoughts that once seemed bold are becoming tangled with uncertainty, and plans that once felt possible are slowly dissolving under the quiet pressure of my authority. This is how darkness begins to lose its grip when my presence moves into a situation. Confusion replaces confidence, hesitation replaces determination, and the path that once seemed clear becomes clouded with doubt until the one who walks in darkness turns away without ever understanding why. You may feel a strange calm beginning to settle over your spirit even while these serious words continue to reach you. That calm is not accidental. It is the quiet assurance that my presence is already working around you, guiding the night toward peace instead of chaos. Write 222 inches the comments to affirm that peace and protection remain over your house tonight. The night is not something to fear when you walk with me. Darkness only holds power where faith is absent and where hearts forget that I am watching over every step of their lives. When you remain aware of my presence, even the quiet hours after sunset become places where my protection moves freely around you. Someone may still be thinking about your house somewhere in the distance tonight, yet their thoughts no longer carry the same strength they once held. The quiet resistance of my presence is pressing gently against their intentions, weakening every idea that once tried to move them closer to your door. Your home stands inside a circle of protection that is stronger than any plan formed in secrecy or darkness. The walls around you may appear ordinary to human eyes, Yet when faith fills a home, those walls become places where divine protection quietly stands guard. Even the air around your house carries the peace that comes when my presence settles over a place. Darkness cannot easily move through that peace, and those who attempt to approach with troubled intentions often feel an unexplainable discomfort that causes them to step away. The night continues to unfold, yet what once had the potential to become shocking is already losing its power before it ever reaches your life. I am redirecting paths, shifting thoughts, and closing doors that should never have opened in the first place. You may not fully see these changes happening, yet they are unfolding with quiet certainty around you. The plans that once seemed possible in another person's mind are weakening with every passing moment, until they will eventually fade completely into nothing. I want your heart to remain confident and steady as the hours move forward. Do not allow imagination or worry to disturb the peace that has already been placed over your home. Instead, hold firmly to the knowledge that my watchful presence never leaves those who trust in me. This moment tonight will become a reminder in your life that my protection is real and active, even when you cannot see every detail of what is happening around you. There are times when I allow you to sense the seriousness of a moment so that your faith grows stronger and your awareness becomes sharper. The secret ritual they never wanted public is finally out. A 7-second brain technique, backed by leaked CIA data and 4 neuroscience labs, is helping families erase debt and attract money on autopilot. But this miracle won't stay public long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's gone forever. Tonight is one of those moments. The warning awakened your spirit, the awareness strengthened your faith, and the protection surrounding your home has already begun dissolving the plans that once moved quietly in the shadows. Your house remains under my watch. Every path leading toward your door is visible to me, and nothing will approach you without my authority standing above it. The night will continue to pass, and the tension that once existed around your home will slowly disappear like a shadow fading when morning light begins to rise. The night continues moving quietly across the sky, and the stillness around your home may feel deeper now than it did before. Yet I want you to understand that the silence of the night does not mean that nothing is happening. There are moments when events shift quietly behind the scenes of your life, and tonight is one of those moments where unseen protection is working around you in ways your natural eyes cannot fully witness. You heard the warning earlier that someone has been watching your house, and that truth was not spoken to bring fear into your heart, but to awaken your awareness so my protection could stand firmly over your life. When I reveal something to you before it unfolds, it means I am already moving ahead of what could happen. Darkness often believes it can operate quietly and unnoticed, but it never realizes that I see every intention long before it becomes an action. The person who once allowed their attention to linger on your home believed the night could hide their motives, yet the moment your awareness awakened, the atmosphere around your house began to change. Write 15 inches the comments to declare that your home is covered by divine protection tonight. Your awareness has become a powerful light in the middle of what once seemed like quiet darkness. When someone attempts to move toward harm while my children remain unaware, they often feel confident in their plans. Yet when awareness rises and faith becomes active, the situation begins shifting in ways they cannot understand. This is what is unfolding around your home tonight. The person who once watched from a distance is beginning to feel a strange hesitation growing inside their thoughts. What once seemed like a clear intention has begun to feel uncertain. The quiet pressure of my presence is surrounding their mind, and the path they once considered walking is no longer as easy as it once appeared. Many people never see this side of my protection because it happens quietly within the thoughts of those who might have caused harm. Instead of dramatic moments or loud confrontations, I often change the direction of events by filling the minds of those with troubled intentions with confusion and doubt. The confidence they once carried begins dissolving until they step away from the path they were considering. This is what is happening tonight. The atmosphere around your home has become a place where my presence stands watch. Even if someone remains nearby, their thoughts are no longer moving with the same certainty they once had. Something deep within them senses resistance they cannot explain, and that resistance is the protection surrounding your life. You may feel a deeper calm settling into your heart now compared to the beginning of this night. That calm is not accidental. It is the reassurance that my presence is standing over your house like a silent guard watching every direction at once. You are not exposed to danger the way darkness once imagined. You are standing inside a covering that was placed around you long before this night began. Write 17 inches the comments to affirm that faith and protection stand over your home tonight. There are moments in life when people experience protection without realizing how close trouble once stood to their door. Many times they wake the next morning unaware that something was redirected during the night. Tonight you are being allowed to understand that protection more clearly, so your faith grows stronger and your trust in me becomes deeper. The one who once watched your home may still be somewhere in the distance, yet the confidence they once carried is fading quickly. The closer they attempt to move toward your life, the stronger the resistance becomes. Thoughts that once seemed bold now feel uncomfortable. What once seemed possible now feels wrong and uncertain. This is how darkness loses its strength when it approaches the lives of those who belong to me. I do not always remove people from the world around you, but I have the power to stop their intentions before those intentions become actions. I can shift their thoughts, weaken their courage, and redirect their steps until they leave the place they once considered approaching. Your house remains inside the circle of that protection tonight. Every direction around you is being watched carefully. The roads, the paths, and the quiet places where someone might stand are all visible before my eyes. Nothing is hidden from me, and nothing moves around your life without my knowledge. Even now, there are subtle changes unfolding around your environment. The tension that once hovered quietly around your home is beginning to dissolve. The thoughts inside the mind of the person who watched your house are becoming scattered and uncertain. They may begin to question their own intentions and slowly move away without fully understanding why. You may never see their face or know their name, yet the danger that once existed in their thoughts is already weakening under the quiet pressure of my authority. This is why you were warned earlier, not so you would live in fear, but so your awareness could join with my protection and push darkness away from your life. The night will continue to move forward, and the hours will pass one by one. As they do, the power of whatever intention once formed around your home will fade until it no longer exists. What once carried the possibility of something shocking will dissolve quietly before it ever reaches your door. I want you to remain peaceful while this happens. Do not allow your thoughts to wander toward worry or fear. Your home is not standing alone in the night. It is surrounded by a presence that does not sleep and does not lose attention even for a single moment. You are being watched over by the one who created you and who cares deeply about your safety. Every room in your house rests under that watchful presence tonight. Every window and doorway stands inside the protection that surrounds those who trust in me. The person who once allowed darkness to influence their thoughts will eventually turn away from the direction they were considering. They will walk away without fully understanding why their confidence disappeared or why their plans suddenly felt impossible to follow. What they will never realize is that the reason for their hesitation was the quiet authority of heaven standing between them and the life you are living. Is this leaked CIA ritual the missing key to your financial breakthrough? A once hidden brain ritual is spreading fast. This strange 7-second method, confirmed by elite neuroscience labs, activates your brain's wealth magnet. The government may shut this down. If you're seeing this, you are God's chosen child. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted. The night that once carried tension will become peaceful again. The silence around your home will return to being simple stillness instead of something uncertain. And when morning eventually arrives, you will realize that the protection covering your life never left you even for a moment. From the first second this warning reached your ears, protection was already surrounding your house, forming a boundary that darkness cannot easily cross. The one who once watched your home believed the silence of the night would hide their attention, yet they never understood that I see every step taken in the shadows, and every thought forming inside the mind of those who move without peace in their hearts. You may feel a quiet stillness settling into the air around you, and that stillness is not emptiness, but the calm that comes when my authority begins closing doors that should never open. The path that once seemed possible in the mind of the person who watched your house is now weakening with every passing moment. What once felt like a plan inside their thoughts is becoming tangled with hesitation and confusion. They cannot clearly explain what they feel, yet something deep inside them senses resistance they cannot overcome. Write 1919 inches the comments to affirm that heaven is guarding your home tonight. When darkness begins to lose its confidence, it rarely understands why. Those who walk with troubled intentions often believe they control their actions completely, yet they forget that I am the one who sees every heart and every thought long before it becomes a step forward. I can redirect a path without speaking a word into the air. I can fill the mind of someone with hesitation until the plan they once believed in begins to crumble quietly inside their thoughts. This is part of what is unfolding around you right now. The attention that once lingered around your house is no longer steady or confident. The person who once allowed their mind to focus on your home is beginning to feel a strange discomfort with the direction they once considered. Their thoughts are shifting. The certainty they once felt is fading slowly into uncertainty. You may not see these changes happening, yet they are real and powerful. Every moment that your faith remains calm and your awareness remains alive strengthens the protection that surrounds your life. Faith is not only something that lives quietly inside your heart. Faith creates an atmosphere that pushes darkness away and weakens the intentions of those who carry harm inside their minds. This is why I told you earlier that this warning was not meant to bring fear. Fear would weaken the very protection that surrounds you. Fear would cloud your mind and disturb the peace that keeps your home covered by my presence. Instead, I want you to remain calm, aware, and trusting that I am watching everything happening around you. Write 333 inches the comments to declare that your house stands under divine protection tonight. As the hours of the night continue passing, the one who once watched your home is beginning to feel the weight of hesitation growing heavier inside their mind. The thoughts that once seemed bold are now filled with doubt. They may attempt to move forward, yet every step feels uncertain and uncomfortable. What they do not realize is that this discomfort is the quiet authority of heaven pressing gently against their intentions. Darkness cannot move freely when my presence stands in its path. Even those who do not believe in my power can feel resistance when they attempt to approach the lives of those I protect. Your home has become a place where that protection is standing firmly tonight. The atmosphere around you is no longer the same as it was when the evening first began. My presence has filled the space around your house with a calm strength that pushes away any intention that does not belong there. Even if the person who once watched your house remains somewhere nearby, their confidence is fading quickly. The closer they move toward your life, the stronger the resistance becomes. The path that once seemed clear now feels blocked by something they cannot understand. This is the quiet way my protection often works. I do not always reveal dramatic moments or visible signs. Instead, I move inside the thoughts of those who walk in darkness and slowly remove the courage they once believed they had. Eventually, the moment arrives when they turn away without understanding why their plans no longer feel possible. They may walk away thinking the idea simply felt wrong or that something told them to leave. What they will never realize is that the reason for that feeling was my presence standing between them and your home. The night that once carried tension is slowly becoming peaceful again. The danger that once tried to form around your life is dissolving quietly before it ever reaches your door. What once seemed possible is now fading like a shadow disappearing before the light of morning. I want you to remember this moment because it is a reminder that you are never alone in this world. Even when you cannot see what is happening around you, my eyes are always watching over your life. When someone begins moving toward darkness near your path, I am already aware before the first step is taken. You are not forgotten, and you are not unprotected. The house where you rest tonight stands under a covering that darkness cannot easily break. Every direction around you is being watched carefully. Every path that leads toward your door is visible before my eyes. Soon the night will pass, and the quiet hours will fade into morning light. When that moment arrives, the tension that once existed around your home will be gone completely. The person who once watched your house will have turned away, their thoughts scattered and their intentions dissolved. They will never fully understand what changed their mind or why the path they once considered suddenly felt impossible to follow. Yet you will know the truth. You will know that heaven was watching over your home and that my protection stood over you through every quiet moment of the night. What if 7 seconds is all it takes to flip your financial fate? A shocking CIA leak just exposed a hidden brain ritual helping ordinary people erase debt and pull in massive wealth. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning struggle into luxury fast. But this page could be erased any moment. Click the link in the first comment now before it's gone forever. Remain peaceful and confident as the night continues. Nothing that was meant to disturb your life will succeed, because the one who speaks to you now is the same one who stands guard over your house until the morning arrives. The atmosphere around your house has been shifting ever since your awareness awakened and your faith stood firm instead of giving space to fear. When awareness and faith rise together, the plans that darkness once tried to form lose their strength and begin fading before they ever reach your life. You were told that someone had been watching your house, and that truth carried urgency because attention placed on a home can sometimes lead toward actions that disturb peace. Yet the moment your spirit became alert, the direction of events around you began to change in ways the person watching could never predict. Their thoughts are no longer moving with the same certainty they once carried. The quiet pressure of my presence has been surrounding their mind, weakening every intention that once seemed bold inside their imagination. Write 10 inches the comments to declare that your trust stands firmly in divine protection tonight. The one who once believed they could approach your home without resistance is now feeling hesitation that grows heavier with every passing moment. The path that once seemed simple inside their thoughts now feels uncertain and uncomfortable. Even if they attempt to move closer, something inside them continues whispering that they should turn away. This whisper is not fear, and it is not coincidence. It is the quiet authority of heaven pressing gently against their intentions until those intentions lose their strength. Darkness rarely understands why its confidence disappears. Those who walk without light believe their thoughts belong only to them, yet they do not realize that I can redirect those thoughts before they ever become actions. While this is happening around you, your home continues to rest under a covering of protection that has been placed over you from the very beginning of this night. Every path that leads toward your door is visible before my eyes. Every movement near your house is known before it even begins. You may notice that your heart feels calmer now than it did when the warning first reached you. That calm is the reassurance that the moment of danger which once tried to form is already dissolving quietly around your life. The person who once watched your home is now struggling with doubt that continues to grow stronger inside their thoughts. Write 666 inches the comments to affirm that peace and protection remain over your house tonight. Even now, there are changes unfolding inside the mind of the one who once allowed darkness to influence their attention toward your life. The idea that once seemed possible to them is losing its shape. They may try to hold on to their plan, yet every moment they remain near your path brings more hesitation and confusion. This is how my protection often works when someone approaches the lives of my children with troubled intentions. Instead of dramatic confrontations or visible struggles, I quietly remove the courage they once believed they had. Their confidence slowly dissolves until they can no longer follow the path they once imagined. Eventually, the moment arrives when they begin walking away, not because they understand what has happened, but because the idea of continuing no longer feels possible to them. The same mind that once considered approaching your house will begin searching for reasons to leave instead. Your home stands inside the boundary of that protection tonight. The place where you live has become a quiet stronghold, where my presence rests like a guard standing watch through the darkness. No plan formed in secrecy can cross that boundary when faith and awareness stand together. Even the air around your house carries a different atmosphere now. What once held tension has been replaced by calm strength. The quiet streets around you no longer carry the same uncertainty they once held earlier tonight. The one who watched your house is slowly losing the last pieces of confidence that once lived inside their thoughts. They may remain nearby for a short time longer, yet their mind is already turning away from the direction they once considered. Doubt has replaced certainty, and confusion has replaced determination. You may never see this person or hear their name, yet the danger that once existed inside their thoughts is already fading away. What once seemed like a plan is dissolving quietly before it ever reaches your door. I want you to remember this moment, because it shows how protection works when you remain attentive and faithful. Many people never realize how often their lives are guarded because they never see the plans that were quietly stopped before they could unfold. Tonight you have been allowed to understand a small glimpse of that protection. The warning awakened your awareness. Your awareness strengthened your faith, and your faith created a barrier that darkness could not cross. The hours of this night will continue passing peacefully now. The person who once watched your house will soon turn away completely, their thoughts scattered and their intentions dissolved. They will leave without fully understanding why the path they once considered suddenly felt impossible to follow. What they will never realize is that heaven stood between them and the home they once observed. Your house remains covered by my presence. Every room where you rest carries that protection tonight. Every doorway and window stands inside the boundary that surrounds those who trust in me. Soon the night will move toward its final hours. When morning arrives, the tension that once tried to form around your life will be gone entirely. The silence outside your home will return to being simple stillness rather than something uncertain. You will wake knowing that nothing meant to disturb your life succeeded, because the one who watches over you never turns away and never sleeps. My presence has stood over your home from the beginning of this night and will remain with you long after the darkness fades into morning light. The night is slowly approaching its deepest hours, and the quiet around your home has begun to settle into a calm that feels very different from the tension that once surrounded you earlier. The atmosphere that once carried uncertainty is now becoming peaceful again, and this change is not accidental. From the moment your awareness awakened and your faith remained steady, the direction of this night began shifting in ways that the one watching your house could never have expected. People are asking why money is suddenly flowing into random lives. A leaked CIA discovery reveals a 7-second brain ritual that quietly rewires your mind for wealth. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, people are wiping out debt and stepping into luxury with ease. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. Earlier there was attention resting on your home from someone whose thoughts were not guided by peace, yet that attention has been weakening with every passing moment. The confidence that once existed inside their mind has been dissolving under the quiet authority of heaven. Plans that once seemed possible inside their imagination are no longer clear or certain. Write 888 inches, the comments to declare that your home is surrounded by divine protection tonight. The one who once believed they could move through the night unseen is now feeling a growing sense of hesitation that they cannot easily explain. They may still remember the thoughts they had earlier, yet those thoughts no longer carry the same strength they once held. Something inside their mind continues telling them to step away from the path they once considered. This is not coincidence, and it is not luck. It is the quiet work of my presence reshaping the direction of events around your life. When darkness attempts to approach the lives of those who belong to me, I have the power to weaken the intentions that once guided those steps. You may not see these changes happening, yet they are unfolding with certainty around you. The one who watched your house is no longer confident about what they once imagined doing. The closer they remain to your life, the stronger the resistance becomes inside their mind. Every moment that passes is pushing them further away from the path they once considered. Doubt is replacing determination. Confusion is replacing clarity. The courage they once believed they had is slowly disappearing. Write 444 inches the comments to affirm that faith and protection stand over your house tonight. Your home continues to rest inside a boundary that darkness cannot easily cross. The place where you live is not just a structure made of walls and doors. When faith lives inside a home, that place becomes surrounded by a presence that stands guard even when the night grows quiet. Every direction around your house is visible before my eyes. Every path that leads toward your door is known before anyone takes a step. Nothing moves around your life without my awareness, and nothing reaches your home without my authority allowing it. Even now, the thoughts inside the mind of the one who once watched your house are becoming scattered and uncertain. They may try to hold on to their earlier intentions, yet the more they think about it, the more uncomfortable those thoughts become. What once felt possible now feels wrong. What once felt bold now feels uncertain. The mind that once carried determination is slowly becoming filled with hesitation. This is how my protection often works in quiet ways that people rarely notice. I do not always stop danger with loud signs or visible struggles. Many times I simply remove the courage from the hearts of those who once believed they could cause harm. Eventually the moment arrives when they turn away completely, leaving the place they once considered approaching. They may never fully understand why their thoughts changed or why the plan they once imagined suddenly felt impossible. The reason will remain hidden from them, yet the truth is simple. My presence stood between them and the life you are living. The tension that once hovered around your home is now fading like a shadow, disappearing before the light of morning. The atmosphere outside your house is becoming calm again. The quiet streets and paths around you are returning to ordinary stillness. The one who watched your house will soon leave the area completely, their mind no longer interested in the direction they once considered. The plan that once existed inside their thoughts will fade until it disappears entirely. You may never know their name or the moment they finally turned away, yet you will know that heaven was watching over you through every quiet hour of this night. Your house has remained under my protection from the very beginning of this moment. Every room where you rest carries that covering tonight. Every window and doorway stands inside the protection that surrounds those who trust in me. This moment will become a reminder that you are never alone in this world. Even when you cannot see what is unfolding around your life, my eyes remain open and my presence remains near. When someone attempts to move toward darkness near your path, I already see it before the first step is taken. When a plan begins forming inside the mind of someone with troubled intentions, I already know how to stop it before it reaches you. Tonight you were warned, not because you were meant to face danger alone, but because you were meant to witness how protection works when faith and awareness stand together. The night is almost finished now. The tension that once tried to rise around your home has already dissolved into nothing. What once carried the possibility of something shocking has been redirected and removed before it ever reached your door. Soon the final hours of darkness will pass, and morning will arrive quietly over the place where you live. When that moment comes, your home will still be standing in peace because the protection that surrounded you tonight never left even for a single moment. Remain calm and confident as the night finishes its course. Nothing that once attempted to approach your life will succeed, because the one who watches over you continues standing guard until the light of morning fills the sky. The final hours of the night are drawing closer now, and the stillness around your home carries a different feeling than it did earlier. What once held tension has softened into a calm that spreads quietly through the air around you. This change is not small, and it is not accidental. From the moment your awareness awakened and your faith stood steady, the direction of this night began shifting in ways that the one who once watched your house could never fully understand. Earlier, there was attention resting on your home from someone whose thoughts were troubled and uncertain, yet that attention has been weakening with every passing moment. The confidence that once existed inside their mind has slowly dissolved under the quiet authority that surrounds your life. What once felt like a possible plan inside their imagination now feels uncomfortable and uncertain to them. Write 1313 in the comments to declare that heaven is guarding your house tonight. The one who once believed they could watch your home unnoticed is now experiencing hesitation that grows stronger with every passing minute. The path that once seemed clear inside their thoughts no longer appears the same. Something inside their mind continues, pressing them to step away from the direction they once considered. Why is everyone rushing to this 7-second brain ritual? Leaked CIA files exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the door to wealth fast. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, it's turning financial stress into abundance almost overnight. But this secret won't stay public for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it's deleted forever. They may try to hold on to the idea they had earlier, yet the more they think about it, the more confusion rises inside their thoughts. The boldness that once seemed real to them has begun fading quietly. Doubt is replacing the confidence they once carried. This is how protection often works when darkness attempts to approach the lives of those who belong to me. I do not always stop danger with visible moments that everyone can see. Many times I simply reshape the thoughts of those who walk in confusion until they lose the courage to follow the path they once imagined. While this is happening around you, your home remains covered by a presence that does not weaken or grow tired. Every direction around your house is being watched carefully. Every road, every quiet place, and every shadow near your home is visible before my eyes. Write 1414 inches the comments to affirm that faith and peace surround your home tonight. The person who once allowed their attention to remain on your house is beginning to realize that the idea they carried earlier no longer feels right. The closer they remain near your life, the stronger the resistance becomes inside their mind. Even if they attempt to move forward, hesitation rises again and again until they cannot continue with the same determination they once felt. The thoughts that once guided them are becoming scattered and uncertain. Eventually they will turn away completely, not because they understand what has happened, but because the path they once considered no longer feels possible to follow. Their mind will begin searching for reasons to leave instead of reasons to stay. They may walk away believing that something inside them simply changed, or that the idea no longer felt right. What they will never realize is that the reason for that change was the quiet authority of heaven standing between them and your home. The tension that once surrounded your house earlier in this night has now faded almost completely. The atmosphere around you has become peaceful again. The quiet streets and paths near your home have returned to the stillness they carried before the night ever began. Your house remains a place of covering, where my presence stands watch even through the deepest hours of darkness. Every room where you rest is surrounded by protection. Every doorway and window stands inside the boundary that surrounds those who trust in me. You may never know the moment when the one who watched your house finally turned away. You may never see their face or hear their name, yet the danger that once existed inside their thoughts has already disappeared. What once seemed like a possibility has dissolved quietly before it ever reached your door. This moment will remain a reminder that your life is not left unguarded in this world. Even when you cannot see what is unfolding around you, my eyes remain open and my presence remains near. When someone begins walking toward darkness near your life, I already see it before the first step is taken. When troubled intentions begin forming inside the mind of another person, I already know how to redirect those intentions before they become actions. Tonight you were warned not so you would live in fear, but so you could witness how protection works when faith and awareness stand together. The warning awakened your spirit, your awareness strengthened your faith, and your faith created a barrier that darkness could not cross. Now the night is reaching its final quiet moments. The person who once watched your house has already begun turning away from the direction they once considered. The thoughts that once filled their mind are dissolving into nothing. Soon the final shadows of the night will pass, and morning will begin rising slowly across the sky. When that moment arrives, your home will still be standing in peace because the protection that surrounded you tonight never left, even for a single moment. Remain calm as the last hours of darkness pass. The house where you rest continues standing under the watchful presence that guards your life day and night. The final stretch of this night is unfolding quietly now, and the air around your home carries a calm that did not exist when the first warning reached your ears. Earlier there was tension surrounding your house, a silent pressure that you could not fully see, yet could feel deep inside your spirit. That tension has been slowly dissolving with every moment that your faith remained steady and your awareness stayed alive. The darkness that once tried to move near your life has been losing its strength step by step under the quiet authority that surrounds those who belong to me. The one who once watched your house is no longer standing with the same thoughts that existed earlier in this night. The ideas that once filled their mind have been fading steadily as confusion and hesitation continue replacing the confidence they once believed they had. Even if they tried to hold on to the path they imagined before, their thoughts are now scattered and uncertain. Write 16 inches the comments to declare that your home remains under divine protection tonight. This change did not happen by accident. It happened because the moment you became aware, the spiritual atmosphere around your house shifted in a powerful way. Awareness invites protection to move more freely around your life. Faith strengthens the covering that stands over your home. The person who once allowed their attention to remain on your house is now experiencing resistance that they cannot explain. The path they once imagined now feels uncomfortable and uncertain. Every moment they remain near your life brings another wave of hesitation inside their thoughts. They may pause, look around, and try to convince themselves that nothing has changed. Yet something inside them continues whispering that they should turn away. The closer they come to your life, the stronger that feeling becomes. This quiet resistance is the authority of heaven, standing firmly between your home and anything that once attempted to disturb your peace. Darkness cannot move freely when my presence fills the atmosphere around my children. Write 1818 inches the comments to affirm that faith and protection remain over your house tonight. The one who once watched your house is now reaching the point where their thoughts no longer carry the determination they once had. The idea that once seemed bold now feels heavy and uncertain. What once appeared possible now feels wrong. Eventually, the moment arrives when they stop considering the path completely. The same mind that once held troubling intentions begins searching for reasons to leave instead of reasons to stay. They will turn away quietly, not understanding why their confidence disappeared or why the plan they once imagined no longer feels possible to follow. They may believe they simply changed their mind, yet the truth will remain hidden from them. The truth is that heaven stood between them and your home. Is this the same CIA brain ritual, changing lives in seconds? A new leak reveals a powerful second technique developed under secret research. Backed by neuroscience, people are moving from debt to wealth and luxury faster than believed possible. But this secret may be deleted soon. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. While this has been unfolding around you, your house has remained inside a circle of protection that does not weaken with time. Every path leading toward your door has been visible before my eyes. Every movement near your home has been known before it ever began. You may not have seen the changes happening in the distance, yet they have been real and powerful. The tension that once hovered around your house earlier in this night has almost completely vanished now. The streets around your home are returning to their normal, quiet stillness. The atmosphere outside your windows no longer carries the same uncertainty it once did. The moment that once held the possibility of something shocking has been redirected before it could ever reach your life. This is the quiet way protection often works when someone walks with faith. Many times people wake the next morning without realizing that danger once stood near their path. They continue living their lives unaware that something was quietly stopped during the night. Tonight, you have been allowed to see part of that protection so that your trust grows deeper and your heart understands that you are never alone in this world. Even when you cannot see what is happening around you, my presence remains watchful and active. When someone begins moving toward darkness near your life, I already know before the first step is taken. When troubling thoughts begin forming inside the mind of another person, I already know how to redirect those thoughts before they become actions. Your house stands under that watchful presence tonight. Every room where you rest carries that covering. Every doorway and window remains inside the protection that surrounds those who trust in me. Soon the final moments of darkness will begin fading into the earliest light of morning. When that light arrives, the tension that once surrounded your home will be gone completely. The person who once watched your house will have already turned away, their thoughts scattered and their intentions dissolved into nothing. They will leave without ever understanding what changed inside their mind or why the path they once imagined suddenly felt impossible to follow. What they will never realize is that the reason for that change was the quiet authority of heaven guarding your home through every hour of this night. Remain peaceful as the last moments of darkness pass. The calm that now surrounds your house is the result of protection that never left your side. Nothing that once attempted to approach your life will succeed, because the one who watches over you does not sleep and does not turn away. My presence has stood over your house from the first moment of this warning until the final moments of this night. And long after the morning light fills the sky, that same protection will continue standing with you wherever you go.